Queen Tluukt knew that the demon fire within her would not last forever, so immediately after the first great gnollish conquest of Bulwar ended, the second began, as troops marched into the great port city of Brisson. She was outnumbered at least 4 to 1, but she was able to call in the harpies from the north, who soon swooped down on her enemies. The war ended in relatively quick fashion, as Queen Tluukt marched on the capital of Ireland, Bulwar. There, she found the Elf King Telarios I, aged 387, sitting on his throne. This elf had seen the rise of Jahair, and had been one of the first to step off the boats. But no matter his legacy to Bolwar, Queen Tluukt's would be greater. The fight was over in not even a second. Clearly the elf's age had dulled his senses. She celebrated by feasting on his corpse. As the conquest of Brisson came to a close, news reached Queen Tluukt. Zaka's pack had fallen. Truth be told, she had no love for Zaka. She had planned to backstab him at some point, in fact. So to this end, this was a good result. However, this news of the Jadari legions and how quickly they had taken down Zaka startled the queen. She immediately charged into the lands of the Jad in order to reclaim the lands of Zaka's pack for herself. For all the easiness of the earlier wars, this one was difficult. Every time the pack attempted to destroy the Jadarian army in one fell swoop, they simply ran away on horseback and performed guerrilla tactics. To this stratagem, Queen Tluukt cunningly countered with her own. Simply take their capital. With this, the enemy lost all coordination, and although countless gnolls had been lost, the war ended with massive territorial expansion for the Tluukt Pact. Welcome back, everyone, to Queen Tluukt's rampage on the Elven Reign of Bolwar campaign with me, Dwarf Pete, where today we have one simple goal: to survive the coming onslaught and hopefully make it through the transition, because I believe our great Queen Tluukt will be dying this episode. 67, that's pretty old. And she's a general. Yeah, it's not looking too good. On the flip side, we only have, half of Bolwar angry at us. Good news is, Catarata, even though they're a great mythical conqueror, they still don't hate us. So we got that going for us, at least. In order to accomplish this, I think we're going to need two things will be very useful to us. Last episode, we got some forest tributaries on Edus Vaccine and Harkloom. If we can get them to become tributary states, that knocks out 2 nations. Harkloom. Looks like nice! I've been afraid that Sariand would make him a vassal or something. It looks like he's just left him alone. So we should be able to make these 2 tributary states, which will reduce the amount of troops we're going to have to worry about quite considerably. We've also got access to... just got access to our army, so that's good. And right now, as it stands, we can attack Sariand, which will bring in Zanbar and Edus Vaccine, all of his little derps. So we can start breaking down this alliance, piece by piece. This will also call us into a little bit of a war with Elisna, who hopefully we can do that and finish our mission tree, so we can finally start going down the road. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait a couple of years until our truce with Elisna is up. So I think for all those reasons, we are just going to get straight into today with a war with Sariand. We can even bring in Harpylen, which will make this much less painful. We've got some mercs. Army professionalism isn't a thing for us, so I'm not going to worry about if we have to hire them. They're there for a reason. I've also allied Kogzala, just as a little bit of an extra insurance policy. Because we've got an extra Diplo relation slot, I'd like to use it. And yeah, I think that is quite nice. I'm not going to use the Earthquake ability, the Meteor ability, just because we don't need it at this very second. We can take Sariand's level 1 capital down by ourselves. Now, I'd use it in case we were up against Azkabar, which has a level 3 fort. No relation to the prisoner of Azkaban, by the way. I feel like that was kind of on the nose by the developers. I see you. Okay, so right from this, I could just straight up make you a tributary. Would anybody... You know what? That's actually hilarious. Because these people would already hate me. And I could just make them a tributary. I'd do it if I could get control over... Man. I don't believe... So I know if you make somebody your vassal, you inherit all of their vassals. But what I don't know is if I make them a tributary, if I inherit their vassals. Which is why I'm not going to do it. Because I still need to get Hasir figured out. And Zanbar I need to conquer land from. Speaking of which, we are going to go sit on his capital. Because I would like to take it. Oh! I was assuming that the Harpies were going to take control of Azkaban. That's why I rushed to Zanbar. But, looks like we're in good hands today. So from him, what we are going to try to do, transfer war, trade power would be good. Get this stuff for sure. Taking a little extra prestige. I want these two provinces. And we'll go south to take out their armies after this. Anything else I can get, like some return claims or return cores for my subject Shasura? I'd love to do, but I'm not 100% that that's going to happen. One thing I am going to spend some money on, though, is an improved relations guy, since we're now in the subject game. I had gotten away from the subject game by not playing raid ordering. However, we're back to it. And I have a feeling we're not going to be able to take land from Alizna unless we take this fort. But I might be proven wrong in that regards. Speaking of... Okay, good. Oh, really? Demonic power stops my ability to take tech? Well, that's kind of terror. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Why can't I execute... The gather sec... Oh, neat. You know what? I'm curious to see how this works. We'll put this... is there anywhere that has a fort connected in all provinces? Salhead Gate, maybe? Yeah. We'll try it out in this, this state, what this does when I burn sacrifices, because I'm really curious. If it gives, like, a buff, that'd be really cool. Oh, I can just take it straight out. Nice. Awesome. Okay, and hopefully Harpyland, you can just take care of my problems. Nope, your mage died. Okay. Awesome talk, Harpyland. We'll see you next time. Okay. For sure, though, we need to get out with these two provinces. Okay, but it looks like the AI is doing its thing, where it likes to split up its troops, and also how it can see my own troops in the fog of war. Nevertheless, we will go take care of this problem ourselves. Oh, and we even managed to convert a province back. Probably because it was a null province. Right, so who would like to get stack wiped first? Hasar! Good to meet you, my good fellow. Zanbar. Sucks to suck. Goodbye. And Alizna, that was a stupid move on your part. Here's me capitalizing on it. Thank you, and come again. Alright. I really do love the gnollish military. Well, I'm scared that it'll fall off quick in the later game. I do enjoy it, so. And there's another stack wipe. Okay, that just leaves Sarian's army. I'm gonna go tickle Lisna. And I think that'll be the end of this war. I'm also gonna go ahead and... No, I was gonna do the sacrificed... gather sacrifices thing first. I don't think he's gonna be able to take back his fort in fast enough time. So... just get all this ready. And maybe I can take Drolikand while I'm at it? Would that be possible? 66... Nah, I'm not spending that much. I could take Azkabar, though, for only a fair amount more. No thanks. Okay. And since I'm going to take tack anyway, I think it'd be a good idea to go ahead and crack open that fort. Nice, there we go. I don't think I've had a single meteor fail so far. Okay, so that'll get us everything we want. It'll get us a nice long truce for 13 years. Helpful because our truces are coming up in... 63, I remember, was the useful one. Although, I think, actually, we got until 65. Harkloom, nothing's going to happen to you, so I don't have to worry there. Really, though, it'd just be a good idea to try and make this truce long. Since we're going to get a coalition either way. In that case, then, I don't... think I'll just take this, honestly. Seems fine enough. And why I didn't go for 100% there is because I'd like to spend this extra time attacking Nolikaz. Given that he's my rival, and because he has my proper culture, proper religion land. Well, actually, he's a different culture, but who cares? We'll be an empire soon enough. With the western coastline of the Sad Sur now finally, firmly under our rule, our glorious pack has done more than secure access to the Sea of Glass. We have put into our watchful oversight the confluence of Bulwar and Sarhol, the Salahad Gate. These passes have been witness to countless migrations of goods and people, and in particular, gnolls. Our forebears first traveled through these valleys to pillage the weakened Bulwari in the Age of Monsters. We were chased through here by the Cassanites in their reckless purge, and from here our kind returned once Jahair's phoenix burned out. All very historic moments, to be certain, but no more. We must firmly control the Salahad Gate, such that none may pass without the explicit assent of our great pack mistress. Okay, and our next missions are to take this land, burn this land. And so now with our war over Syrian won, we have shown the people of Zanbar that they were fools to consider themselves equal of Bolwar, foolish to believe that their close relations with our precious jewel would go unpunished, foolish to believe that they might receive the mercy of mere subjugation beneath our pack. We will make a bonfire of Zanbar, kindling all of its people, such that the flame might be seen from the lowest tower in Bulwar, such that the smell of ash might hang heavy over the Suran for days. I believe the Suran is the river. One of these two is the Suran, I think. Or maybe it's just the name of the desert. Our message is clear. This is the price of sedition, of rejecting the glorious will of Tluukt. All that remains is to see whether the city of Bulwar has ears to hear it. And with this, Bulwar becomes flat out a regular old vassal, with all the niceties that entails. Mostly what that entails is that they'll now for sure provide troops in all of my ongoing wars, which that I like. And Varmhar, nice try trying to make me a rival. It's not going to work out for you, I can promise you that. Okay, let's jump straight into this war. Really, I don't want much. I think it'd just be good if we take their capital. We can probably get away with money. I'm going to also burn all of this. And as I... Oh, can I not? Is this not a proper... Oh, it's not a core. In that case, we'll go to Plan B. Go to this area. Gather sacrifices. From the gnolls that converted, how dare they? Oh, neat. Our shamans have found that Grarir would be a great area for a sacrifice to the Hazav. The veil between this plane and the Hells is thin there, and it could more easily grant us the boons we desire as we bring fire and death to the weak in its name. Pyres are time-consuming projects, beyond the inordinate amount of wood needed to properly host the sacrifices. Oh boy, there's like none wood here. I don't know if you noticed, it's a giant desert. Other complexities are often added by gnolls. Complex shapes representing sigils of Hazav and its demonic hordes are drawn in the blood of many wooden statues of the gnollish warlords who have brought the sacrifices are put atop pillars so Hazav may know who spreads death and blood in its name. And rich gnolls create extravagant pieces of architecture amidst the fire. What? Gnoll culture's weird. You simultaneously have the... Oh, it only takes a month to build? Nice. Awesome. No! Don't you dare make you their vassal. I will hurt you. It's some need. I will come back and beat you to a pulp, man. I already did. I'm gonna do it again. And it looks like a pyre does absolutely nothing for the province. Oh. Ooh, I like this. Finally, after months of preparation. Did I gain it already? Okay, here I had thought that would, like, take down my demonic power. We're just gonna take tech ahead of time. And this is probably a good idea, too, because I'm probably never going to embrace the Renaissance. At least not while Queen Tluukt is alive, that's for sure. After months of preparation, the sacrifices are tied to their posts. Some weep, some simply look down and accept their fate. The crowds of gnolls cackle in ecstatic merriment as they watch a warlord bring a torch to the wood. The blood of the sigils drawn on the pyre quickly light up. The flames slowly creep up towards the weak. Soon screams of pain and terror echo throughout the steppes. And there is the truce with Varmar. Convenient that we got our conquest of Nullikas done pretty soon here. Lizna's not going to join you, so I think we're just going to get it started early here. We'll go for a show superiority. I just realized I'm going to have to get all those provinces, aren't I? Please don't. I don't think Harveyland's going to be able to beat them off, so should be fine. Hopefully they don't come after me directly. Okay, defensiveness is up in our 2 forts. That's not a... Ah, it's still corn. Gotcha. Back to the words. A sickly haze permeates the scene as the veil between our plane and the Hazav weakens. The gnolls feel an unholy power course through their bodies, and frenzied dances and fights ensue. Sigils are drawn while gnolls bathe themselves with the blood of the weak. The only shower a gnoll will ever take. Sigils are the harnessed. Those most taken by the demonic frenzy twist into stronger shapes or die trying. The harnessed powers of our demonic overlords must now be directed at the weak who defy us. Death, blood, and pain in the name of the Hazav. That was pretty metal, I will admit. So what do we get at maximum demonic power? We get some discipline. Our units get cheaper. We really can't get improved relations. Our goods produced sucks. We do get manpower. And we get raising power gain. I mean, that just sounds like all things we want in the early game. Yeah, as I said, looks like the Harpies can't deal with it. And we're only fighting one front war here. I might even be able to get Harkloom out in one solid go here, too. Okay, from this, I don't think it would be a good idea to get a border directly with Catarata. Unless... Catarata's truce ends with Gnollish in 7 years, meaning we have at least 7 years to be able to get this land under control. I'm going to take money, ore-ups, and more captives. And he conveniently has 20k troops. Not a big deal, because I'm just going to siege him out before that becomes a problem. Such is the Gnollish way. Okay, there we go. We can take out all of that. Grab all of that. We don't need transfer trade. I could pillage his capital for kicks and giggles, but it's not going to do anything. Yeah. I think I would rather go fight the war up in the north. I got what I wanted out of this war. I got some extra lands that are of the correct thing for me. Small problem in that my governing capacity is kind of screwed at this point, but... So maybe I should raise this land. Especially since it's worth so much points. Yeah. Okay. Went through all that trouble to gain stuff. Good. Let's head north now. Head back home. Oh, and we even completed the mission. I honestly wasn't trying to do anything like that. That's perfectly fine. Okay, and as I predicted, looks like they're stuck wasting their manpower on the Harpies, which is excellent. It's exactly the news I was hoping to receive. And, crap, here we go. Okay. Man. Ugh. As Tluukt, Cleaver of Realms, our queen passes, our pact enters the most delicate period of a Gnoll tribe's existence. A new, untested consort regent is a golden opportunity for the dissatisfied and the disloyal to assert a new paradigm of power within the pack. Yet, though the grand dreams of Tluukt still eluded her, by the hour her time on the Holan reached its end, her few successes, as they were, prove enough to maintain the loyalty of the tribes of Sad Sewer for her successors, though only so long as the successes continue. The future of our pack is far from certain, but it now falls upon those who inherited Tluukt's ambitions to guide them to fruition. Thus begins a new chapter in the history of our pack. Oh, and he's a zealot. Nice. Excellent. I might even, postpone him a little bit more so I can soak up some of that Diplo. I wonder if that event... man, it sucks not having a mage. We did use as much of them as we can, though. Fat rip that. Okay, now we actually have to win battles by skill. Crazy that, isn't it? Okay, so I declared a monstrous conquest. I wonder if I can just take out Harkloom, force them as a tributary. And I also wonder how I'm going to deal with all this governing capacity problems. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to give this land to, I think I'm going to give it to Bulwar. I can't really do anything with it. I also might even give this to Bolwar, since he's just a full-fledged vassal now. I don't know. We'll figure that out. I'll probably figure that out in between episodes. Right, though. I think it's probably a good idea to get a royal... Nah. Speaking of decisions, though, think there is a question to be had whether we should go for influence, which gives us diplo annexation costs, relations, and reputation. It's quite good. It also gives us vassal force limit contribution, which may become unironically useful. Alternatively, offensive is a really good idea, but I'm not really sure. I would like great generals. I'd also love manpower, but that one's not as bad, as much of a desire, because we're not going to be needing a ton of manpower. Oh, nice. We get some straight up war exhaustion. Nice. Okay, do good, do good. Let's bump this up to speed 5 while we're waiting for non-mage sieges to pass. Oh boy. Oh! Some free professionalism. In fact, we could use that to, in conjunction with another general here, an actually decent one, take some free manpower. Nice. And I should do the not noob move of putting all of my troops on somebody's cat. How did they get it? What? No, that wasn't supposed to happen. How am I going to solve that? Let's get... You're a subject of Varmar, okay. I've got to somehow get all of this land. Okay. The way we're probably going to play this is we're probably going to kill all these armies, watch as they run back. Then we can do something extra. I knew I shouldn't have called the Harpies in. Right, though. Drop down to speed 4, so I can see what I'm doing. And we will unleash ourselves on the humans. Good. Even without the mage, we can still do well. Even infantry combat ability is excellent on that mercenaries. Okay. There's Varmhar's army dealt with. Why you gotta come after me? Go bother somebody else, Besartan says. Go, like, kill Varmhar. Oh, yes, yes! Harpyland got out! Yes! We did that correctly! Okay. Yes, that was supposed to happen. And it actually doesn't matter whether I make you a vassal or a tributary. You'll accept either. One of my missions I know is to have subjects. I'm curious, do tributaries count as subjects? It's not something I know off the top of my head. I would assume not, and even so, I think what I'm going to end up doing is giving this land to Bulwar, then giving this land over here probably to... Well, I'm going to get Azkabar through the missions. So maybe I just keep Harkloom for a little bit. I take him and then I release him. I'll see some sacrifices, because I can just do that for free. Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to raise his land, because I don't want him to be super pissed with me. I think I'd rather integrate him very quickly. Oh, and we are actually... we will say that was Queen Tluukt's last accomplishment. She made our country into a true great power. Okay, and I do think I will extend this legacy just by a little bit, so I can soak up just some extra diplo points. Because we virtually produce none once he comes into power. Plus, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more of that zealotry, although it's not going to do anything. Oh, good! Nice! That's excellent. That's great programming. When you do the gather sacrifices thing, it turns off the... No, kill the elves. Burn the long ears. When you do the Burn sacrifices. Execute sacrifices. It turns off the edict that you needed to turn it on. Nice. Okay. Basardin says, you want to just get out? You know, there isn't really a reason for you to stay in, other than death and more death and, well, death. I also think I'm gonna pick up the... It's not ahead of time, right? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take that early. Okay, and literally all you want me to do here is make sure that Varmhar does not exist. This I've already conveniently done myself. And good. They'll give me a half price a guy, maybe. We'll send you down there to take care of them. Watch. I'm gonna call it right now. The Aliznan... I'm good at doing this. Game knows exactly which buttons to press. As soon as you send troops to the south... He's careful! Well, too bad he wasn't... Man, that would have been helpful like 2 minutes ago. Ah, Katarata is doing his thing. Serious. Yes! Yes! The mythical conqueror died. We don't have to worry about that. They only got super powerful. Okay, there's Basardin Say's capital. From him... I don't really think we want anything particular. I wouldn't be unhappy about taking some money or some war reps. Just so we can push the truce timer out. Again, that's the name of the game right here. Push the truce timer out. The reason that's important is we just want to make sure we're not getting completely decimated by... There he is, he's on the low. We're not getting completely decimated by any type of coalition that forms. So war reps, that'll push it out 6 years and some money. Yeah, that's as good as we're gonna get. We'll just go with that. Okay. And now, I think this is very simple. All we have to do is take his capital, and we should be perfectly fine. I can just get my mercenaries to do that. I don't need my real-time troops. I don't need to spend manpower on that. Why would I? Alright. And, yep, we're already at speed 5. Excellent. Oh, I also have peasants that are going to be angry at me. Nice. Subject, please leave me, so I can stop burning troops due to attrition. Not burning troops as in the sacrifice of troops. Just... This is never not going to get old. And he put me as his rival. And my good guy died. Man. This game gotta do this sometimes. We will just get a guy put right there. On our... How long does it take? 0.4 every month? No, I'm not losing stability. I am not. No. Can't be done. Okay. And we will take this as the deal. He doesn't have any other land, right? Nope. Take the extra admin if you can. Give me some of those, just in case. And once we take his capital, this will all be over. This will just be a dream. Speaking of dreams, how are my subjects? Okay, they don't actually hate me with a burning passion. In that case, give me your money. I am a gnoll. That's apparently the one thing. Gnolls are interested in blood, death, and money. Okay, if we can get Edis Vicine as a vassal, that would probably be good. We've got until 81 to force them as a tributary state. Good. There's that war. I think that's everything I need to do. Yeah. Can I... Oh, I can. For an extra 8 whole aggressive expansion and 2 Diplo points, I can get 1 whole thingamabobber. Oh, and I can also make myself a kingdom. An all-cleaving kingdom. And I've also got to raise all of this. But I think that is an excellent stopping point for today. As always, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more Tluukt.